My name is Larry Brown, and I'm a member of the Boothbay Harbor Police Department. I'm also the school resource officer for our Boothbay Region schools. And I'm here today to talk with you about our 4th annual Set for Success event, which will be held at the Boothbay Region YMCA on Sunday, August 16th from 1 to 4 p.m. And to my left is Sue Burge, the director, and to her left is Nancy Van Dyke, an intricate part of the committee. Sue, tell us a little bit about this event and what we can expect this year.
Well, it'll be another stunning event. I am sure of that. Already the starting gate has opened and the race is on. And the first thing that we're doing is we're setting up donation sites for school supplies to come in to help our children. We have 548 students at the elementary level from Southport to Edgecombe, and this year we're including the Georgetown Elementary School. So we have a lot of work to do. We are hoping to outfit, or our plan is, to outfit every single child with a new backpack and every teacher required school supply. Yes, we brought some backpacks today. We have backpacks for girls, backpacks for guys, and everything in between. And that is probably one of our greatest needs right off the bat is getting enough backpacks in. And our community has been wonderful in helping us out with that. We always reach our goal. But this year we have another 79 students in the Georgetown schools who are going to need our help as well. Georgetown, by the way, is a very intricate part of our AOS 98 school union, so we do want to be sure that we're helping them as well. So we are soliciting our community for help with backpacks, school supplies, and or money donations, because the money is very valuable. We have some great buying power here.
I was just going to say, I know you know how to get the best bang out of a buck.
Yeah.
And it's as nice as it would be for somebody to go get a backpack, if they were to take that amount of money and give it to you, I get an idea you can stretch it to go a little bit further.
We can, and we have some wonderful resource help with that. One of the first folks that I deal with for school supply needs is our good buddy Big Al down in Wiscasset. He is the most engaging, kind gentleman who has a heart for what we're doing, and Nancy and I will be going down soon to meet with him and let him know what our needs are. We will be actually ordering supplies from him, which he can get from his vendors at a very, very reasonable cost. That would include backpacks as well. And then he has, an amazing giving heart, because there are always boxes of pencils and pens and rulers and whatever, all on our list of needs. So I just want to say, for your information, community, if you are interested in helping us out with building the school supplies, number one, there are 5 donation sites in the community. One of them is the Bank of Maine, right in Boothbay Harbor at the Meadow Mall. The First Bank on Oak Street in Boothbay Harbor. We have Sheer Artistry Hair Salon, or Family Hair Salon, right in the harbor, right in the heart of the harbor. Annette Nager is our key person there. Coastal Maine Popcorn will have a donation site, as will Huck Motors and Eames Hair Salon. And Eames is right next to Hammond Lumber. So when you are thinking of helping us out in any of these particular places, you will find a bin with a poster, and under the poster, thank you for the help, will be a list of the major supplies that we are looking for. Not everything, but the things that really, really have a great amount of need. And of course, backpacks is on the top of the list.
And Sue, in this backpack you brought, you've got some items in here
I
that
do.
you're going to be giving out. So let's just kind of go over some of them.
Yeah, these are our just plain binders with the 3-ring opportunity in there for kids to hook all their paperwork into. The teachers really love these in the classroom. And of course, these Notebooks, lined notebooks with the spine, the spiral spine. Pens, black and blue ink pens, and also the erasable pens. Those are few and far, hard to come by, but they're out there and they are a little bit more expensive. But the regular pens, black and blue ink, and the erasable pens are key in many of the classrooms. And of course, there's the ruler. And they like them also to have the centimeters on it as well. So if you can find those, that's great. And the good old crayons. This is the 24 box, but we need lots of 8-pack crayons this year. Teachers have changed it up a little bit. Typically, this has been the big one, but now it's the 8-pack. So we need 24 and 8-pack crayons. We need colored pencils. And 3-ring binders, the ever so popular 3-ring binders that have the clear sheet on the front. This is imperative in all of the classrooms, that they have a binder with a clear sheet, because they use that to, mark the subject matter or whatever. So those are just some of the items. Pencils, 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 pencils. By the dozens, we need hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 dozen sets of pencils to go around. Number 2s, and also Ticonderoga pencils, which have a smoother flair to them, but the teachers really, for some of the classes, the teachers really prefer the students using the Ticonderoga pencils, and they are available too. Again, a little bit more money, but thank you for any help with this. We are just thrilled to pieces that the
Seems
community...
like you've learned a lot about school supplies.
I've learned a lot. I'm learning a lot, that's for sure.
Okay, all right.
So that's...
And Nancy has a very important part of this too.
She does indeed, and let me just highlight first what our families can expect when they come to the Y on a Sunday afternoon. First thing is there'll be a line, and that's a given, because people are so excited. They want to be there, they want to get in there, they know that this is a wonderful, happy sort of celebration and an opportunity for us, the community, for the Boothbay Region Community Resource people who sponsor this, by the way, for us to say, welcome. And you know what? We don't say this, but we say, we are glad you're here. We do say we're glad you're here, but we also want them to understand that we are doing this to help support their education, to support our teachers who dig deep into their pockets every year,
Exactly.
using their own money to get these kids, through a school year. We're there for that, but also an opportunity to bring the community together and gift these students, every student, not kids that are struggling. This is for every student, because when that school bell rings and the door opens up at the high school, not the high school, the elementary schools, we want every child with a backpack and every teacher required school supply when they walk in the door, so that the teachers can start teaching on day one. These kids are ready. They're all there, back to school on a level playing field, and it just makes for a happier start, I think, and also, to get the kids motivated to learn. So all right, so once the children come in and they are welcomed by our school principals, who take their name and then give them a shopping list that refers to the teacher that they're going to be having in the fall, then they just go in. They are welcomed in, and they usually run first to the backpack table, which is always manned by our good friend Scott Larson. And they choose a backpack, and then they hit the school supply center, which is a huge, huge horseshoe-shaped group of tables that has everything. Every single thing that every teacher has requested is on that table. And the children will take their shopping list, they will show it to a volunteer behind the table, and they will start choosing all of the things that they need. And once they're through doing that and they've filled their backpacks, they can move on to our wonderful, wonderful volunteer hair salon and get a good back-to-school haircut for free. We have volunteer hairdressers from all over the community that come in. They can volunteer for an hour, they can volunteer for the whole afternoon, and let's get these kids all spruced up. So after all of that is sort of moving along, then they are welcome to enter our information highway. And the information highway is exactly that. It is representatives from all across our peninsula and beyond who come in and set up a table with information or wonderful handouts or all manner of giving for our children and their families. And my good friend Nancy Van Dyke has taken on the responsibility of working with all of our present and potential event booth folks, and she'll tell you a little bit about that.
Thank you. This is my second year with Sue, and she said, stick with me and I'll take you places. Well, I had no idea.
You didn't know where that was, Nancy,
I didn't know
did
where
ya?
that was, but I trust her and she's my best friend. So this is what we're doing. We have right now 20 committed people that are going to represent the business and the organization of the in the areas in Booth Bay Harbor, Southport, and Edgecombe. So, and I'm expecting to hear from more. They just haven't contacted me yet. And I can tell you that we have like our wonderful Booth Bay Harbor Police Department, the fire departments, the Booth Bay Memorial Library, the Lincoln County Head Start, the Booth Bay Family Dentistry, and the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens. It's just a few of the ones that we have. And basically what it is once I hear from everybody, I make contact, then sit down with a big piece of paper and scale it out to where we're going to put it in the gym. And the people that were there last year have already made their requests known where they want to be. Same place as last year, so that will be easy. But it isn't easy trying to set them all up there and trying to keep it so you don't have two people doing the same thing together. So Sue and I really work on that one together, and that can be fun. We do have the Lions Club coming back again this year with their portable eye machine, which is so important. They were having a hard time, but they pulled it off. And I can tell you of at least one child last year that I had talked to his mother and said, "If you had the eye test?" And she said, "No, what is it?" So I explained it to her, got her set up over there, and indeed there was a problem. And Dr. Bouchard was there, and she read the information, so she was able to explain it to the mother and said, you need to get him set up with an eye doctor as soon as possible. So it was just at least one child that we know that nobody had any idea what was going on. And if it hadn't been for the eye machine, he could be blind, So that's one of the rewarding things. I think that with all of this, people come in, they have no idea some of the things that are going on. It's just like BRCRC. We have 7 programs, and not everybody understands all the programs that we have. So they're going to be able to see all of those outreaches. We do have churches that come. We have from A to Z, we have it. We have it all. So you have to come check it all out.
And new this year with that, Nancy and I have not had an opportunity to have a lot of conversation yet about this particular piece. But as a result of a request from our schools, our guidance counselors up at the schools, and a big meeting, a quarterly meeting they had with the Y, it was asked if we could possibly put together a children's clothing boutique. And that is something that we are moving towards. We've got a request out there, and we'll request to you, the community, if you have new or almost like new winter coats, hats, gloves, boots, sweaters, sweatshirts, all of those types of things, particularly the fall and winter wear. We would love to have them. We will be setting up a very special boutique during the event so that the children with their parents or guardians' help can go and check it out, and if there are things there that they can use, a nice warm winter coat to get them through, then it's theirs. It's going to be free. And we do know, you want to talk about Lamy?
Lamy Wellingham will be back again this year, and they donate boxes and boxes of shoes.
Shoes.
So we have that set in an area where people can just go, try them on, and take them. It's
Yeah.
all free.
Yeah.
It's all free, so.
So if anybody is interested in donating the clothing, they really should get in touch with me or with Nancy.
And how would
And-
they best do that then?
I would be happy to have a phone call at 633-7049. And I can sort of switch it on to, instead of putting a lot of phone numbers here, we'll just use mine, give me a call, and then I can move it on. We are hoping that a group of our perhaps teens from the high school, maybe the Interact Club that is connected with Rotary, or some of our really great working teens will come and be a part of this, will help actually organize it. We do not yet have a person or persons to organize the clothing boutique, and I would love to talk with somebody about that as well. So give me a call, and we'll get you busy.
Sue, could you just give us a little bit of background about how Set for Success came to be? Because again, we're going to the fourth year and some people
Yeah.
might not realize how it all came about.
Kind of an interesting moment for me. It was the idea or the concept of Set for Success was something that I had actually read about a long time ago. And I thought, what a fantastic idea to help our students exceed, help them on the front end, getting them ready to go. We're not doing the teaching, but we can do the equipping on the front end. And I sort of sat with that idea in my heart for a long time and wondered what and where could I go with this? Who would help me or help be a sponsor for this? And it was through a conversation that I was having with our dear Kit Sherrill, a Southport friend, who was listening to my idea, and he said, "You need to take that to Booth Bay Region Community Resources and let them know what you want to do." And he said, "I am sure they would love this concept and would, help sponsor it." So long story short, that's what I did. I met with the Booth Bay Region Community Resources. This was about 5 years ago now. And sure enough, they adopted it. It is now one of our 7 programs. And the idea originally, I have to be honest, was that we were in the Booth Bay Community Resource Group, we're seeing numbers. We're dealing with need in the community, from people who can't pay their fuel bill, to getting them fuel, to getting them food and clothing and all of that sort of thing. And we knew that our numbers of need in this community is pretty large. At one point,
But a lot of times people don't see this.
They don't. And at that particular point, our children in the school system, we were looking at about 50% of the children at that time who were on free or reduced meals, which basically means that these families are living at or below the poverty line. And ouch! What can we do to help them, to help stimulate that, and talking with folks here in the community and here at the Y, I got a lot of good information because they work with these kids too, and they know what's going on and they know what the need is. But anyway, with our continual support mechanisms and our talking and all of that, it was decided we are going to do this for every child. We're not going to do this just for the kids that are having struggles. We're going to open this up to every kid, so that they're all the same when they come back to school. They all have a backpack, as I explained earlier. They all have everything. Everybody is there on a level playing field, and nobody's saying, well, you don't and you got and all of that. We want to eliminate that. just a bone
I'm
of
sure it
contention
makes
with
the
me.
students and the teachers both feel a lot better, knowing when the student walks in on the first day, they are ready to start learning
Ready,
that.
ready. And every kid has the same thing, more
Mm-hmm.
or less, the same piece of equipment. So that's sort of where and how all of this began. And it was a struggle in the beginning, I have to say, the first year we did this, to get that message through to all of our families, because they were seeing this, many were seeing this as, oh, you're just doing this, this is for the kids that can't. No, this is for the kids that just need, every single kid. I don't care what your financial background is. I don't care about that. We want you there. We want to gift your child. We want to get them inspired to be once they hit that classroom. And in addition, to all of the good things that go on in this event, and the gifting that we do, and the good words and all of that, we have the Financial Authority of Maine there, FAME, who offers educational grants to our kids. So for $25 and paperwork done by the parent or guardian, our students can walk away with a $225 matching grant to start building to their future. And thank you to our Rotary. Thank you to Southport Island Association. Thank you to generous
I think Hannaford's quite involved.
Hannaford benefactors, that we have been able to actually purchase these next-gen matching grants for many of our students, and we hope that that's going to be able to be a part of our event again. And I am remiss, thank you for reminding me about Hannaford, because there is just another piece of the whole. Hannaford, they come in and do this amazing food court, and the food court is always about healthy eating, promoting healthy lunches, promoting healthy breakfast. This year, I think you're going to be really surprised. It sounds like it might be something with fruit and pizza and all that sort of thing. I don't know, but
I
they're
can't
going to.
wait.
Evelyn does a great
Evelyn
job.
Andrews is amazing, and it isn't just the food court they do. They send us thousands of pencils. They send us string bags. So if there are children that come to the event that don't need a new backpack, let us know, and we'll give you a string bag or a shopping bag to go in and get all your goods. It's fine. You don't have to have a new backpack if you don't need one, and that helps us too. But anyway, Hannaford is a huge, huge supporter of this in so many ways, and we're so grateful to them. And I even had a chance on Saturday for their grand reopening to chat with one of the
District manager.
Yeah, from the corporate office, and to let them know how grateful we are to Hannaford for what they do for us, not just for Set for Success, but man,
they do so much for the
they
whole
are
community.
such a community-oriented business that it's amazing. So thanks for
One
reminding
point,
me.
I
one
ask-
point that you just brought up, excuse me, is that having been involved for a couple of years, I've seen how this message you're trying to get out there is working. When you see the number of people that are lined up before we even open the door. So I'd say that will just continue, because we're going to have more and more people show up each year as they say, okay, yep, Set for Success, written down on the calendar, and I will be there on Sunday, August 16th.
Right. I just wanted to add to those people that have several children, that if they're sitting down and they're signing up for FAME or they're doing something else, Scott Larson from Compass Rose is bringing the bounce house back again this year, so the kids can go and get rid of all that energy and play in the bounce house. So that's another added addition.
Yeah. We are very fortunate, but let me say this to the community, the people out there that are watching this, and spread this good word. Without you, we couldn't do this. We could not make this happen. We don't have the financial background for this. We need you, and you have come through every year. And in addition to that, I want to also highlight the 13 churches on our peninsula that are open in the summer. That is, Wilson Chapel, to Southport Methodist, to the Barters Island Baptist Church, to the Community Fellowship, the Episcopal Church, the Congregational Church, the Catholic Church, you name it. On Sunday, July the 12th, we have our, again, annual Back to School Mission Outreach Sunday. And starting this weekend, the churches will be posting smaller versions of our school supply list needs, the one that I showed you earlier that will be with our posters. And this is an invitation for members and friends of the 13 churches to go out and consider shopping for one of the items or several of the items. And if you don't want to shop and you want to bring a cash donation or write a check that is, deductible, tax deductible, you can bring all these items to your churches on that Sunday. And representatives in the church, after their worship service is over, will bring all of those gifts to us here at the Y. And that is our first huge kickoff for this event. The churches are phenomenal in their giving, and we are so grateful to them, as well as the community at large. It's just amazing what goes on. So thank you, community. Thank you for your big heart and your care about our children. That's what it's all about.
And Sue, one of the reasons that we wanted to get together now to do this promo is to welcome in all of the summer people who are always so generous to this
Always.
area, that this is not just for locals supporting it, but we welcome all the summer people to come in
Right.
to participate
Right.
in it also.
Yeah, and they have been a key part of our success as well, because they want to do something. I've heard from different people in the community that work with our summer folks that are here, either long-term or short-term, that they want to be involved in their community, and they want to help, and they want to do things, and this is a
And what
great way.
better a way there is than to support
Yeah,
our children?
because it's all about our children. That's it. And our teachers. Don't forget those teachers. One other new thing that's going on this year, short and simple, we're having an e-cycle opportunity. And this can be included in the churches on that Sunday, July 12th, or at the event. Judy Dorr from the Boothbay Region Elementary School collects used ink cartridges, used toner cartridges, used cell phones, and iPads. And if people have any of those or can start remembering that we want that, we will have donation bins at the door to the field house on event day. So if you don't want to come in with all the hullabaloo and fun and all that, that's not your thing, but you want to come by on Sunday between 1 and 3:30 and leave those things in donation bins at the door to the field house, we would be greatly appreciative of that. And you can do the same thing on Sunday, July the 12th. Put those items in a plastic Ziploc bag or something, bring them to church, and the churches will get them to us. Now, Judy takes all of these, she's been doing this for years, This is nothing new, but we thought we'd open it up more. She takes all of these items that come in, and she is able to ship them free to a company, I believe it's down in the Carolinas, who will accept it, and then they send a check back to the school.
Wow.
And that money helps buy tools, teaching tools for the teachers. So it may be electronics and all of that sort of thing, which is what Judy's sort of, mission is up there, and her teaching skills. So think about that and help us out, or help the schools out. That would be great.
Ladies, thanks for coming in today. Now, I know this lady won't pat herself on the back, but I
No.
will, but she is a driving force behind this. And also, last year, we recognized her at the Penguin Plunge that the YMCA puts on. But then also, there was another event that she had last year, and I'm kind of hoping we don't have to do it this year. That was the I Survived the Winter of 2014 to 15.
Yeah.
Sue, I love you dearly,
I know.
but let's just hope that next year we don't have to do that event again. Are you on board with
I'm
that?
on board.
Okay. All right.
Maybe a beach party instead.
That would be perfect then. Again, folks, please remember, come and support us in the many ways that Sue just mentioned. And again, the telephone number, if they want to volunteer or donate, is
633-7049. Just give me a jingle. And if I'm not there, I'll get back to you. Thank you very much.
And for everyone that will be coming, it is on Sunday, August 16th from
1 to 3:30 at the Y Fieldhouse. And you know what? I am forgetting one very important piece here in all our thank yous, and that is to the Y. And to Andy, and originally Megan Hamlet was in on the beginning design of this, that they have opened this Y up to us for a Sunday afternoon to do this for our community. And in addition to that, their facilities director, Rose Mooney, is a key person in our lives too, because when Nancy was telling you about how we set up a floor plan to give to her, we sit down and meet with them to make sure we know where all the electricity is and this, that, and how much we can use and what we can't use. And they even give us a closet. They empty a closet out in the field house so that we can start bringing all of the collection of school supplies to that closet, so they're ready to go when we set up the day before. So thank you, Andy Hamlet. Thank you, Megan, on the front end of this. Thank you, Rose. Thank you to the front end staff, because without you, again, how would we do this? We couldn't. It's wonderful.
Right. Look forward to seeing everyone on August 16th at the Field House at the Y.